Hi, it's Jen with Astro T Astrology. Welcome back to the channel. I hope all you moms, mother figures, grandmothers, moms to be, pet moms, all had a great Mother's Day yesterday. I know I sure did. If you can see here, if you've been a previous viewer, I got a great new easel from my son as a gift yesterday. We were shopping at this great giant flea market here in New England. It's called the Brimfield Flea Market. It happens 3 times a year, and it's one of our favorite places to go for antiques and fun stuff like this. And I thought this would be perfect, and my son got it for me because he's a sweetheart. So it'll be a welcome addition to the channel. And so I hope you all had a great Mother's Day. So let's get started. We are working on the end of this week, since we did in the previous video, we did the beginning half of the week. So just as a quick recap, we had Jupiter moving into Taurus. So that packs Taurus full. So we have Jupiter now, we have Jupiter, the North Node, Mercury, Uranus, the Sun. We're going to be having a new moon in there on the 19th, which is Friday. So we have just so much going on in there. So a lot of changes, a lot of newness going on. So again, to reference back to the previous video, you want to look back like 12 years ago to see how this Jupiter transit affected you. Maybe the different things that this might grow in your life, what new seeds you're going to plant with this new moon. So it goes back 12 years. So it was the last time that Jupiter was in Taurus was back in about 2011 to 2012. Before that was about 1999, and so on, back every 12 years. So if this was impactful dates for you, this will probably, again, be impactful for you. And there's so much newness happening this week with the new moon and everything going on with all the new, so much planets going on in Taurus that if you have anything in the fixed signs, if you have anything in Taurus, if you have Sun, Moon, personal planets in Taurus, if you have Sun, Moon, personal planets in the fixed signs, you'll be feeling this quite a bit, especially Taurus and Scorpio is going to kind of be in the opposition. So, you know, we're going to see how this all plays out. If you have, you know, good things in Taurus, it's going to, you know, Jupiter's going to boost those good things. And, you know, maybe the new seeds that you plant with the new moon are going to get really, you know, a lot of boosting. Jupiter is about expansion. It's about growth. It's about almost recognition. And then, you know, all this happening in Taurus. You know, Taurus is about, you know, grounded, you know, getting things going. It's about money. So this could expand money. It could expand, you know, money that you might be earning with the new venture you might be thinking about going towards, you know, with this new moon. If you have negative things in Taurus, you know, it might expand that as well. So, you know, it could go either way. Everything seems pretty positive with this anyway, because, you know, everything's kind of in a happy place. So, you know, we're hoping it expands the good and not the bad, of course. So let's kind of unpack what's going on this week and look through it. So again, first on, so we also, I just want to also remind from the last video before I get started again, sorry to go forward and then rewind. So we had the Jupiter-Pluto square coming into exact on the 17th. So that is so that's happening on Wednesday. So we did go over this in the last video, but it's about, again, you know, new beginnings. When you're putting something with Pluto, it's transformations. It's about, kind of out with the old, in with the new. It's exposing things because it's getting really down in deep, and digging and finding out secrets, finding out what's going on underneath the surface. Pluto really gets down and under there, and Jupiter's kind of like expansion. So a lot of things might be coming out about expanding, maybe showing corruption that's been going on, showing secrets. Maybe something's going to come out in the light that's been kind of been hidden away for a while. I'm not sure what this could be exactly, but if you think on a mundane level with, maybe the Epstein thing, maybe, we'll find things out about that. Maybe in these court cases with presidents, ex-presidents, maybe something will come out about that. Also with Pluto doing its little peek into Aquarius. My mind blank. You're starting to see a little bit. What makes me think is going to be the big theme that's going to come about with the Pluto in Aquarius generation is going to be a lot to do with like electronics, with that kind of internet based. We saw a peek into this AI thing, how AI could potentially be really dangerous, and even the person that created it is saying you need to take a step back. So and Pluto's actually taking a step back. So it's almost kind of following what's going on in like a very actual way. So it just makes a lot of sense, and everything's kind of spelled out, that the astrology is there, but it's not taking too much to interpret it, because it's pretty in your face if you think about it. It's going forward. We need to take a step back. So hopefully things will be rethought about that. So anyway, so that's starting on Wednesday, and then we have something moving into it a little bit later on in the week, which we'll get into, and we'll put it all together. So then on Friday, it actually is going to come into a T-square with Mars. So we'll get into what a T-square is if you're not sure, and what that can entail. So on Friday, we have the new moon in Taurus. So when you think about Taurus being very earthy sign, very grounded, very outdoorsy, you think of bulls, and they're outdoors and they're in the mud. Planting seeds is something you think about, especially this time of year. You're planting seeds. So the seeds that you plant, they could be the literal seeds that you plant in the ground. That could be what you're doing. I know I'm doing that this Saturday, so it's a day later, so that could be the seeds that I'm planting. What are the seeds you're planting? Are they figurative? I'm planting this seed of trying this new endeavor. I'm planting this seed of an intention that I want to make in my life to think more positively, or be more positive, be more friendly to other people, or just any kind of intention that you might want to set, that Jupiter also being there is going to help expand. It's going to help it grow. So, and hopefully with the gardens, if you are literally planting new seeds, with Jupiter being in there, maybe that'll help those grow, and, have an abundance of food, because Taurus is all about food. And so maybe have like, your crops are going to be great this year, and you're going to have, an overabundance. You're going to be bringing things to work and saying, everybody take some of this because I have too much. And you're sharing and you're providing for others. And it's just hopefully a very positive start. So then we also have on Friday, Mercury, that again is in Taurus, is going to be in a sextile with Saturn that is in Pisces. So a sextile is it's a nice blending, happy kind of aspect. So Saturn is kind of about discipline. Mercury is about, like communication. So what you see here with this blend, the communication is disciplined. So you're kind of, careful with your words. You're not just spurting things out without thinking. It's not like, if you had it with Aries, say for instance, then you're saying things without thinking. But this is with Saturn, so you're really thinking it through. You're controlled. You have self-restraint before you just go and blurt out things. You think about it. It's almost like when you get that text and it infuriates you, or that email, but then you say, you know what? I'm gonna put this down. I'm gonna back pocket this for a while, and then I'm gonna come back to it, and you're in a more level head instead of just jumping and saying things you don't want to say. So this is really a good aspect for that. It's going to help you have some self-control, self-restraint, and think about things before you say them. It will show your maturity. It'll show your sophistication in communication, and your information processing. You'll be able to kind of on a little bit higher level, be able to take in the information and then see how you're going to be able to apply it and make things kind of, get a good foundation going. So with that, it's going to help start the foundation of what seed you're planting in this new moon. So if you look at the way these transits and new moons and things like that, they all kind of blend together so that it makes almost like a story. So the story starts where, you have Jupiter moving into Taurus, new beginnings. It's starting a new year, new 12-year cycle. And then we have the new moon, again, a new cycle of starting something, planting a new seed, figuratively or literally. And then we have the Mercury sextile to Taurus, or sextile to Saturn, and that is giving you the ability to process the information or to communicate the information with this newness that will make things work that much better, and just kind of end up better in the long run, and give you that abundance of whatever you're seeking, hopefully. The abundance of, prosperity, of, again, things that you plant, your vegetables, your, so, it'll be a good foundation to that. So then on May 20th, on Saturday, we have Mars moving into Leo. Now this is what is going to set off that T-square that I talked about earlier. So this puts, so the already square that we have between Jupiter and Pluto, it adds that other kind of, that makes it look like a triangle. So if you pull up your chart with transits, it's going to appear like a triangle. And this is going to be, the mundane transits, and then, it's going to be how they affect you on your chart. So we have everything pretty much on the 0, degree, just starting out degree of each of their signs. So we have Mars in Leo, we have Jupiter in Taurus, and then we have Pluto. It is in retrograde, but it's in Aquarius. So a T-square is, things kind of working against each other. So we have Pluto, or we have Jupiter right there in the middle. So the opposition is going to be between Mars and Pluto. So they're kind of going to be, Mars is going to be about, quick and, again, the doing things without acting without thinking. And Pluto is about that deep down, exposing of, secrets and getting down deep. And then we have Jupiter over here, which is blowing it all up and making it huge, really maybe putting this stuff out in the news, making, a big deal out of it. So if it's something that is unpleasant, it could really blow up in the world and kind of show that unpleasantness. So we have the end of the old ways, beginning of the new ways. That's Pluto. That's the new beginnings. That's the new moon. Then we have, we're being tested. Challenges regarding our ambitions. Pluto is going to kind of, try and hold us back to that. Are you going to keep trying, or are you and persevere and work through those obstacles, or are you going to give up? If you really keep trying, Jupiter's, that major benefic, so it's really going to help you out there. And then, that's the Mars going in, and then we have the Mars squaring Jupiter, which is the high energy, the willingness to move forward. So, if you put it all together, the Mars in opposition to Pluto, that's the testing, that's the challenging, that's the challenges there. But then the Jupiter in there with the square is going to give you that energy to move forward, that willingness to move forward. You're going to override those defeated feelings, those, exhaustion from, I can't deal anymore. There's so much that's getting in my way, but it's going to give you that ability to push through and really just jump that hurdle and get to the next level. So you have to try and stick to your guns. Don't give up, and really just, be confident in yourself. Let Jupiter bring out that self-confidence in you to be able to persevere in whatever this endeavor is. And, get rid of that opposition. Just get over that. So that is about all that I have for that. So I hope that whatever you're planning, it's going to work out great for you. Again, on a mundane level, it's about new beginnings, because of the exposure, because of the secrets coming out. I think it's going to be really interesting to maybe kind of, if you're not a big news person, to maybe just pop in now and then. Don't just read the headlines. Pluto is not about reading headlines. It's about really digging deep and looking into the issues and finding out the real deal, because it's all going to start coming out. We're going to start finding things out, and it might really be interesting. Sometimes TV shows nowadays, everything's redundant. Comedies, they're just the same jokes over and over again. Even movies, they're just redoing old movies. So watching this might be even a little more interesting. So I hope you guys all have a great week, and please, let's try and build this channel together. So please subscribe, and if you like this video, also hit the like button. Now, our next video we're going to be talking about on the 21st, when the sun moves into Gemini. So we have a whole new season starting up. So hit the little bell if you want to stay tuned for that. So again, to help me grow, please hit the subscribe button. Please leave some comments, because the more interaction helps that algorithm to really build the channel, and you guys can really help me out. Let's help this Jupiter in Taurus to just kind of, let's build this all together. It'll be a lot of fun, and again, I hope you guys all have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.